Hey everyone, it's Brooke. I hope you're having a great day. This past weekend we had hashtag Journal Jelly June Madness live crafting on my channel and on many other channels as well. Not many, some other channels. Just working in our creative daily journals and on our jelly plate, because those are my two current obsessions, and so I thought I would bring you guys along for the ride. And I had several people ask me what I take with me, like when I go elsewhere in the house or if I go on the road or whatever, which we don't really do anymore, but what I take with me for journaling. So here's my little journaling bag. It's, let me see if I can tip it. It's one of these dealios. Might have been Walmart, might have been Joann's, might have been Michael's. It was a long time ago. I don't remember, but it is. It's soft-sided, but it stands up nicely and has all these different pockets. And this is my creative daily journal, and I've been having so much fun working in that, trying to catch up, which feels really good. So let me move that. It's a little glary because it's a shiny cover that I've been collaging on. Let me move the bag over, and let's see, we'll do this. Okay, so on this side of the bag, this is the handle, and the handles are really nice and sturdy. So I like that. There is a long zippered pocket on this side. Let's see if I can tip it. Oh, there, you can see it. There we go. And so what's in here is my pencil sharpener. Can't leave home. Don't leave home without it. And then I have some Distress ink cubes that I was gifted, which was amazing. Thank you very much. And they're just the neutrals, and they're the little ones, which is perfect. And then I have a re-inker. Whoops. This handle is really old, and the original Velcro has always wanted to come off, which irks me. So it lives in there. It's got, well, actually a clean applicator, which is amazing. And then I just stick replacement applicators in the bottoms of the cubes so that I have one for each color. You can see I used the black one, but that way, because these are, you know, some of these are light and some are really dark, I have an applicator for each one. And I can also use them for stamping, should the spirit move. So that all lives in there. And then if I turn it this way, okay, this has got two outside pockets on this side. And I have a pair of tweezers. And again, these are some that I'm not crazy about because they're reverse tweezers, and I can't get the hang of it. I don't know what I have nothing to say. I have a little pad of Post-it notes that is split into two pads. What I do in my creative daily journal is write notes for the day. I keep a note Post-it by me all day, and write down anything that I want to include for the day, and then the Post-it goes on that day in my journal in case I want to add anything, or don't have my Post-it near me. I have a tiny pad there. It's really bright. One of these days, there, that's a little easier to see. One of these days we'll get the lighting right. I have an X-Acto knife with the cap, thank you. I have I don't know if it's in there. I carry in the bag a piece of a really old self-healing mat that didn't self-heal anymore. This thing honestly is probably 30 years old, and it was a long skinny one, so I cut it into pieces so I have smaller pieces to take with me, and that usually rides right in there, so I have something to use my craft knife on. And I have a bone folder. Yes, I do. That's all in this pocket. And I got to put it back where it goes or I'll never be right again. Now, the second pocket is pens and pencils and things like that. And I have a water brush. I have a white Posca, of course. This is my almost dead one from my set that I just put in here so I could use the last bits of it. Some microns that I absolutely adore. And I've got an 01, an 02, another 01. Oh, usually I have an 05 too, but it seems to be on the lam. I have a Wink of Stella brush. That's a little bit of glitter. Just a regular ballpoint. This is a gel ballpoint. I don't do a ton with this in my journal because it's not waterproof. And you guys know that I just will throw anything in there at any given time, and waterproof is not, or not waterproof is not a great idea. A Signo gel pen in white, and a big pencil that I love. This is a mechanical pencil, and I love that. So those all go there. And any of this stuff may switch out depending on how I feel. The basic tools always stay in here, but I might put some different pens in this pocket, or some colored pencil. Well, not colored pencils, but just depending on how I feel, I might rotate the supplies. Right now I have this, oh, sorry, on this side, there are 3 pockets. Yeah, you can see that. So 1, 2, 3. This one actually closes and Velcros, but the stuff I have in it is too tall, so it doesn't right now. So in this first pocket, I have a hole punch, because my current daily journal is a binder. So this way I can put holes in random things to go in there. Is there anything else? Oh, there's something else in there. Oh, my corner rounder. And my trusty, really old corner rounder, which still works perfectly. I have my tiny attacher. And of course I have some refill attachers to go with it. And oh, I have a whiteout roll in case I make something, you know, a total giant mistake that I can't cover up or don't want to cover up. I do have a whiteout roll. Seems like this bag could use some straightening up, doesn't it? Then in this pocket, this is the third pocket on this side, I have some tiny stabby scissors, and I have some big taller scissors, and I have this 8-inch plastic ruler that just fits in here perfectly. Small, handy, no idea where I got it. Again, I've had it forever. Most of the stuff in this bag is duplicates or really old stuff, things like that. This side has 2 pockets, and this is the end. You know, so the bag is like this. This is the other end. And in this pocket, I have some Fabri-Tac. I have some Uhu glue stick. I have some art glitter glue in a tiny bottle. Oh, I should make myself some glue jewelry for this one. And let's see, this one's gonna roll away. I have a smaller glue stick down there, my Elmer's glue stick. That's my backup. This one, unfortunately, is school glue. It does not work terribly well. I should probably get different glue sticks and replace that. The other kind of Elmer's works just fine. The school glue, it's washable school glue. It just does not have the sticking power. And then I have a key card that I use as my scraper. And so that goes in there. Another thing that I've been just loving doing in my journal, again, that I had forgotten about, was using washi tape. I knew there was a reason I was a washi tape hoarder. And so I just spent some time and wrapped washi tape on playing cards. These are just some of the ones that I have. I picked them randomly. Some are words, some are flowers, some are cutesy, just a bunch of different kinds. And I'll tell you what, I've been using it, and it's making me happy. So I have a whole bunch of those, and they live in this last pocket. And as one runs out, I can see, I'll set this one aside. I've got some space there. I can put a different kind of washi tape on there. And again, I did have someone ask, and I am going to put some sample washi cards in the Etsy shop. So if you need just a washi pick-me-up and don't want to buy giant rolls, well, there'll be some available in the shop. And I generally put about 2 feet on each kind of tape on mine, because 2 feet seems like enough to use it a couple times and then move on and use a different one. All right, so that's all the inside pockets, and now the outside pockets rather. The inside of this is separated into 2 sections, which I think, yeah, you can see right there. And then this side is separated into 2 sections. So there's one big one and then 2 smaller ones. So let me pull this out of the way. Normally my journal rides in this bag. Because it's such a fatty this time, it is not. It rides separately, which kind of annoys me, but what are you going to do? It would take up like this whole section, and that would make me not happy as well. So it just rides separately. So on this bigger outside pocket, let's see. I have the magazine that I'm currently using as a glue book, you know, so that when I'm using my glue stick, I use this. But I also flip through it and just cut stuff out to put in my journal. There are all kinds of cool images like, look, coffee. Ooh, I'm tearing that out right now. Coffee and cookies, thank you very much. Yep, gonna set this aside. So, yep, I could just fussy cut that on a day when I was talking about coffee. So I'll put that outside. But yeah, that's fun. And again, I'll use this magazine for, oh my God, look at that. A perfume bottle. I'll use that for gluing on, and I will pick images out for a while. And when it's all used up and sticky and gross, I'll get rid of this one and bring in a new magazine. So that lives in the big pile, or in the big pocket. I have my Dilutions ruler. I love this thing. I use it all the time. It is 12 inches long. It has a straight edge. It has a wavy edge. It has little rectangles and then little dots, so you can use those for doodling. You can use this to make wavy lines for journaling. The whole thing can be a stamp block. That was a great investment, just saying. I have one of my tearing rulers in there. Hard to see, I can tell, but it's clear. Well, it's blue, but I have two little watercolor. These are Jane Davenport watercolor tins. Normally my Koi traveler box rides in there, and it's about this big, and I love it. I'm just using it somewhere else right now, so I'm using these two just so I have a quick access to some watercolor should I need it. Wow, you can tell I use those a lot. Beautiful colors. And again, that's why I carry a water brush in the other pocket, because you never know when you might want to do a little painting. And I have, oh, reaching in. This is actually a clean paper towel. I always make sure I have a clean paper towel, and that rides with that. That's it. Okay, and then I have this, which is a purchased ephemera holder or whatever. I used this when we were on the road show, and for those of you who are with me, you know I'm obsessed with storage units and organization. I just am. Love it. And this I actually really love. I'm going to scoop my bag over. This Velcro is closed, and this was Hobby Lobby. If I said something else, it's Hobby Lobby. And when you open it up, you have all these zippered pockets. And then you have some flappy pages, zippered pockets, bigger ones, and another one, and another one, and then some zippered pockets over here as well. And generally what I use this for is my, how do I describe it? I know in my head what's in here. This is pre-made or commercial bits and pieces. These are Tim Holtz, People. I've got some of those International Harvester tags that are in the shop. Postage stamps, more Tim Holtz, some labels, postcards and things like that. These are bigger scraps of paper, which I do use and sort of switch out when I'm thinking about it, just so I have different things to pick from. More Tim Holtz, some, what is that called? Simple Stories, some playing cards and things like that. So I know if I'm looking for something sort of more commercial in terms of bits and pieces, I look in this envelope. Not a hard and fast rule. Let me scoot this stuff over, because the next thing I have in that pocket, and the last thing I have in that pocket, is this fabulous folio that my darling Elizabeth, Never Hopeless by Elizabeth, made for me. And this was, she made my April-May journal for me, my creative daily journal. And you guys, oh my God, it was delicious. You must get on L to sell journals, I'm just saying. But this was inside of it. This is one of her folios. And I don't know if she calls it junk folio now or whatever. But it was stuffed full of things to use. My journaling was not terribly consistent during that time. So I took it out of the journal. It was not sewn in. It was tied in with ribbon. And shrunk it down a little bit. Just did some cutting and used some washi tape, but kept the integrity of the pocket. And then I moved a whole bunch of the goodies that Elizabeth sent to me. So I've got note paper, which is Elizabeth's favorite thing in the whole world, and she made me jealous. So she sent me a ton of note paper, and I love having these to put in my journal. Do a little journaling, cut them apart, whatever. Some more playing cards from Elizabeth. Different greeting cards and postcards from Elizabeth in this pocket. And I know she has a video on her channel on how to make one of these folios, and I will try to remember to link it down below. But Elizabeth's channel is definitely linked down below in the description. And then, and it's funny, speaking of Elizabeth, she talked about this the other day, but I always take my rubber stamps and just stamp on white cardstock and cut them up and put them in here so that I can cut them out and use them. Oh, there. Oh, the glare. The glare is back. So I have a bunch of rubber stamps that I stamped and cut out, and I can use them in my journal when I feel so inclined. And again, I was gifted some of these, so that was fun. It's rubber stamps I don't have, and it was Diane Reevely's snarky sayings, which I adore. So I have some of those, and if I'm using my rubber stamp somewhere else, I'll just stamp some extra ones and tuck them in here, and more note paper. And I will also use this for things like the cup of coffee that we just ripped out of the magazine. Let me grab my scissors. And I don't fussy cut it right away, because why waste that time if you're not going to use it? Plus I don't want it to be so small that I lose it, but I will stick this like right here to remind me that I have it and can use it. So those are the things that are in the big pocket in my bag. And there is more room in there, but as I said, generally my journal rides in there, so I probably won't. I'm tempted to put more things in it, you know I am, because that's how I like to have all the things with me. But I am finding in being inspired again by Elizabeth, AJ's Inspired Life, that's our sweet friend Allison, Journal with Holly, and that's Dolly, and Love Life, that's Lynn. I will link them all down below. They have inspired me to get back to how I used to journal, more how I used to do my daily journal, and I like having a limited amount of things to choose from. It makes me, I feel like I stretch my creativity more. And then if I bring my book upstairs to work on, where all the things really are, my pages look different, and that's cool. You know, I pull from different things rather than just what's in my bag, and I get some variation in my pages, and that works for me. That makes me happy. So this is the long side, and it's got a divider in the middle. On this side, I have a little plastic latchet where I put dimensional things, paper clips, and there's some twine and little metal embellishments. Anything that won't ride around in my Elizabeth folio goes in there. Buttons sometimes, just things I pick up. I have my Dilutions paint pens in here. Some of them work, some of them don't. I love them because of the colors and because how super fine the nibs are. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I have thrown some away, but I was gifted some and I had some, so I use them, and I love that. I have, oh, look at that. Ha! I have a circle punch. How smart. How smart of me to have a circle punch. And again, we're in, I'm going to scoot this over and try to get it out of the glare. I'm sorry, you guys. There. 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 Oh, there, in the shadow. Circle punch. I have some wet wipes in a baggie, because don't leave home without them, just like paper towel, you know. And then I have some sticker books, and I've been having fun with stickers again. I had neglected my stickers. Oh, I also have a couple pieces of corrugated cardboard. Great way to make lines on your journal pages with stamping ink, or just some texture and background. I always have some of this with me. And I was good and cut new pieces. You can see it's clean. I put new pieces in the other day because the ones I had were pretty used up and scoochy. So I just bought these the other day and I haven't used them yet. These are, well, they're stuck together. Okay. These are Tim Holtz clippings, new ones, and I love those. So I have a new book of those. And then I also have, oh, they're apart now. I have some chit chat. And again, this is just from my pile of sticker books. I grabbed a few, and when I'm tired of using these, I'll put these away and grab a couple other ones. These are letter stickers that I bought, I think at, I'm trying to think where I did. I think I bought them at an antique store. Oddly. Yes. Tiny Alphas. Making memories. They could be antique. And then I have some of my Happy Planner stickers. Again, Allison and Lynn and Elizabeth and Dolly have so inspired me to start using these again. And the smartest tip that I got that's making me use them more, I don't know why this never occurred to me. Here's a page that's a good example. You don't have to use the whole sticker. I don't have to have a page where I want to put this whole big sticker. Cut it out. Cut out life is good. Cut out the words individually and stick them down. I don't know why. It's very elementary, but I never thought about it, and now I'm using them so much more. These are flag shaped. Usually not my favorite shape. Cut them into a rectangle. Cut the words apart. Only use part of it. I don't know why I never thought of it. It's genius, and thank you, ladies, for the inspiration to pull those out and start using them again. And again, just some old alpha stickers and rub-ons. Don't we all have them? So it's fun to be using things I hadn't used in a while. Part of why this is Journal Jelly June, because I'm loving my junk journal again, my creative daily journal. And again, I'm just sticking stuff back in real quick because I will forget where it's supposed to go, or I'll leave it here or whatever. And then finally, this is the last section of that, the second section of that big part on the top. And in here, I have some Prismacolor colored pencils. I love Prismacolor. I love colored pencils, but I love Prismacolor most of all. And I do have a 36 set, only because I found them on a screaming deal. I got this whole tin for $10, and so it's great. Normally, all my pencils come out of their tins and live in a tower, but this is my traveling set, so they live in their tin, in their little trays, and I use these constantly, so that's fun. Of course, I have my Poscas. I have a little tiny paper cutter. Is that the cutest thing ever? Recollections. Only thing about this is I've had it for a long time, and it's hard to open. Like, it's not going to just flap around open. It stays seriously closed. And what else? Oh, I have some Stettler water-soluble crayons, watercolor crayons, and I love those. They're really fun to color with. You can make beautiful backgrounds. As Elizabeth does, you can make smoosh backgrounds on the fly. They're just great to use. And then I have this set of gel pens that I bought, and I don't even know where, you guys. I've had them forever. I bought them on one of the road trips that Nam and I took at some point. And I found them when I was unpacking, and I'd never used them. They're fine tip gel pens, 0.7. Love them for journaling, so I've been using those a lot. And that is what rides around in my bag. As I said, I will switch things out periodically. Certain things stay in here all the time, but certain things, as I said, the sticker books, I might take those out and put in different sticker books. The paint pens, I don't know if I'd actually take those out. I'll probably use them until they're gone, but I might very well put a set of rubber stamps in, use it for a while, and then take it out and put them away. But just to get a little variation here and there. But overall, this is what comes with me. And when I go around the house and journal in different places, back when we used to be able to go out to restaurants or coffee shops, I would take this with me to journal. And it works super well. I will look and see if I can figure out what this bag is or something similar and link that down below too. And I want to thank you so much for taking your time to hang out with me and explore my journal bag, and encourage you to work in your creative daily journal, or however you journal, art journal, glue book, collage journal, write with crayon inside a coloring book, whatever makes you happy, do it today. And if you liked what you saw, please subscribe. Click the little bell to get notifications when I go on. The link to my Etsy shop is also down below. Feel free to go check that out. As I said, I will be putting little washi samples in there soon. And there are all kinds of goodies over in the Etsy. And share the video if you had a good time. Don't forget, hashtag Journal Jelly June. How sick of that are you? June will be over soon, don't worry, and then I'll get on some other kick. So thanks so much for spending your time with me, you guys. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Stay well, stay safe, and if you can, stay home. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.